Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin.
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 Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin. Stay tuned. Your broadcast is about to begin.
Back to Wheeling, Bedsfield, I-470 complex in beautiful Wheeling, West Virginia, for the second game of the doubleheader tonight. That's going to feature the number 1 seed John Marshall Monarchs versus the number 4 seed Wheeling Park Patriots. And the winner of this game will face Steubenville Big Red, who advanced over University in a 1-0 game. I'm Steve Daly. I'll be joined by Jim DiCarlo. Dan Vogel will be on the dials once again. And tonight's sponsors for our semifinal Class 5A contest are Chappie's Rentals, Apollo Pro Cleaning, make it Apollo for spring cleaning your house, Thrifty Hertz, Napa Auto Center 2, Marcino Enterprises, specializing in brakes, air conditioning, tires, fleet maintenance, complete auto and truck repair, The Target Shop, sportswear and screen printing, Edwards Fence Company, 20 years experience in affordable fence systems, TS Electric, save money with energy-efficient solutions, and Greco Hurtnick Funeral Home, caring you can count on. These VIP sponsors made it possible to bring you this game. Please visit them and let them know you appreciate it. So again, this is the second semifinal contest that we'll be covering tonight for the OVAC. But I'd like to mention that this weekend coming up, we'll also be covering the OVAC Baseball Championships. Games will be played on Friday, Saturday, and the following Monday. So Friday at Toronto, OVAC Baseball Championship will have at 5:30 Fort Fry versus Lindsley, and the 8 p.m. game will be Cameron versus Connaughton Valley. Those games will be brought to you by Ray Suckoch and Tim Provenzano. Saturday at Edison, 11 a.m. will feature St. Clairsville versus Indian Creek. And the 1:30 game is Wheeling Park versus University. Jason Jenkins and Paul Zorney will bring you those games. And then Monday at Toronto, Steubenville Central will take on River at 5:30. And again, Paul Zorney and Tim Provenzano will be on that game. So, Coach, two teams here. Wheeling Park, John Marshall. You've seen them both. How do they match up?
John Marshall won both games, 5-4 the first game, but Pettit didn't start that game and came in relief to shut the door. And the second game, I believe, ended up 15-4, John Marshall also. So John Marshall probably would be the favorite here with Caden's pitching, but Wheeling Park pretty pesky. Park coming in at 17-10, John Marshall coming in at 21-2. How about the starting lineups here, Steve? For Park, all players are seniors in the starting lineup, except for Faith Randolph and Caitlin Kozlowski. Starting for Park, leading off in right field, Hannah Sievertson. Michaela Struthers is in center field, batting second. Faith Randolph is the shortstop, batting in the 3-hole. In the cleanup spot, Delaney Randolph, her sister, playing third base. Lauren Nolte, Scott's daughter, playing second base, will be batting number 5th. McKenna Kelly is the first baseman, batting 6th. Mary Darrow, left field, batting 7th. Amber Thompson is pitching, batting 8th. And Caitlin Kozlowski is catching, batting 9th. The Park Patriots are coached by Pat Durkin. For John Marshall, in at 21-2, their only 2 losses coming to Morgantown in a close ball game, and a team down in Tennessee when they went to the tournament. Not sure who that was. Catching is freshman Mason Inklin. Batting second, AC Cumberledge. She's a junior playing first base. Ava Blake, the Marshall recruit, the junior, playing shortstop, batting third. Cadence Pettit will be going to West Liberty next year. She's pitching and batting in the cleanup spot. Carly Kaiser is DPing. She's a sophomore. Peyton Tucker, senior, playing left field. She's also going to West Liberty. Reese Ward, a junior, playing center field. Carly Yoho batting 8th at third base. Tori Finley in left field, right field, batting 9th. And the DP, Kaylee White, freshman, is your second baseman. So Park in at 17-10, losing last night in a real close one to Jules King, who also had 16 strikeouts in that game last night, 4-3. And John Marshall coming in at 21-2. Their last loss came in their own tournament to Morgantown, And Oak Glen ended up nipping Morgantown in extra innings to win the John Marshall tournament, Steve. Should be a good matchup.
Should be a real good matchup. They're announcing the starting lineups, both teams at the moment. John Marshall is going to be the home squad. They have gray or silver, it looks like. It's a dark gray jersey with gold trim sleeves, white pants, and gold socks. Wheeling Park in very sharp gray uniforms with red and blue trim on the sleeves, black pants with a blue and red stripe, and blue socks.
Okay, we've got the national anthem, so we're going to come back after this break.
The meaning of cleaning, there's one name you gotta know. Apollo Pro Cleaning, clean floor to ceiling. Apollo Pro Cleaning is the meaning of cleaning.
This high school event is brought to you by AT&T on Sunset via the AT&T wireless network. Remember, don't text and drive, it can wait. AT&T on Sunset is a proud sponsor of this high school event.
So you're driving the kids to school and you have to turn up the radio just to drown out the horrible sound your car's making. Who knows what you need? You're driving along without a care in the world. Then you notice the engine light comes on. Who knows what you need? You dread having to stop at red lights because your car sounds like it's screaming in pain. Who knows what you need? Napa Auto Care Center in Wintersville knows what you need. They're an established and reputable shop. They know engines, transmissions, brakes, alignments, and anything else your vehicle needs. They know what you need. Do you need the number? 740-346-2120.
This is Ohio Valley Sports Online, your connection to Ohio Valley sports. Listen anywhere in the world from any connected device, smartphone, tablets, iPads, and computers. Ohio Valley Sports Online brings you live game action from the guys with over 50 years in radio sports broadcasting.
Okay, so we're back here live at Benz Field, I-470 Complex in Wheeling, West Virginia for the second of our Class 5A OVAC semifinals. Again, Big Red advanced earlier this evening with a 1-0 win over University. John Marshall is taking the field. They are the home team. And Wheeling Park will be starting at the plate as the visiting squad. Hannah Sievertson will be leading off for Wheeling Park.
Let's go over the defense for John Marshall, coached by Ed West. Carly Yoho's at third, Ava Blake at short. We have, looking for the first name here, don't want to miss her, Kaylee White at second base, and A.C. Cumberledge at first base. The battery is Cadence Pettit and Mason Inclin. In left field, Peyton Tucker. Center field manned, or womaned, I guess you'd say, by Reese Ward. And in right field, Tori Finley. Age-wise, John Marshall comes in just playing, looks like two seniors, Cadence Pettit and Peyton Tucker. Both very integral parts. Peyton is a slapper, and Cadence has a nasty curveball. She's extremely dominant, similar to what we just saw with Jules King. So Park needs to make contact and not have a lot of strikeouts, Steve.
As I mentioned, Hannah Sievertson leading off here for Wheeling Park, and we're ready to get things underway. First pitch by Pettit is up high, 1-0.
Sometimes in these games, records are thrown out, a little bit of nerves to start the game. Anything's possible, as we saw last game 1-0, and yesterday was a great game between Edison and Indian Creek, 2-1. Edison won that one.
Second pitch up high, 2-0.
Both curveballs by Pettit, trying to figure out the landscape of the mound, and that could be important early in the game. I'm taking this pitch if I'm Wheeling Park. She's up high on those two curveballs.
And she brings that one down for the first strike. 2-1 count.
They were taking. Mike Matthews had the take on. Now she's back hitting here, and let's see if you'll see some bunts today in this game by Park, as we did with University and Big Red in the first game.
Swinging away here, fouls it off. Evens the count at 2-2.
what makes Cadence good, and I saw her in the Big Red game, number one, she throws hard. She's a 60-mile-an-hour pitcher. Number two, she has a really nasty, great curveball. And number three, this year, more than any other year, she has an off-speed pitch, too.
And that was the off-speed there. In for a strike. Records her first strikeout of the game. And that'll bring to the plate Micaiah Struthers for Wheeling Park.
She's the center fielder. Again, look to see some balls on the ground bunted here with some of the speedier Park players. I'm not sure, haven't seen them play this year. I'm not sure how quick some of their players are. Third baseman creeping in. Yoho down at third for.
And ball hit down to third base. Third baseman up with it, makes the throw for the second out.
Nice contact, good scoop at first base by A.C. Cumberledge.
And that'll bring up Faith Randolph for the Patriots.
Number 20, Faith Randolph.
Peyton has pitched in big games. They've been to, John Marshall has, the state tournament the last 2 years. Cadence.
That pitch just a little bit low, 1-0.
Again, that's her bread and butter, that curveball coming across the plate, hitting the outside corner and moving into the other batter's box sometimes.
Another ball hit to the third baseman. Up makes the throw, and that'll be it for the top half of the first inning. Your score here after half an inning, 0-0.
The Target Shop has all your fall sports needs. Shop local and get all your school spirit gear, fan wear, and everyday apparel. Support your locally owned Target Shop. The Target Shop offers new designs weekly. Stop in soon.
Springtime means cleanup time, so if you're planning a renovation on your house or need to get rid of some debris, call for a driveway-safe dumpster from Chappie's. Yep, Chappie's has 10 and 15-yard dumpsters available for same-day delivery, and Chappie's rates are all-inclusive. There's never any hidden fees. You can do a 7-day rental or, even better yet, a discounted 3-day rental. Clean up your shed, garage, basement, and get a dumpster from Chappie's today. Online, it's chappiesdumpsters.com or call 740-359-DUMP. That's 740-359-3867. Be happy. Call Chappie.
Okay, and we're back. This first inning is being brought to you by Apollo Pro Cleaning. Make it Apollo for spring cleaning your house.
Only 2 juniors, Steve, in the lineup for Park. They're senior dominated, with the other 7 are Faith Randolph, the shortstop, and Caitlin Kozlowski, who seems to have been there forever behind the dish. She's a real fine catcher for Park. Amber Thompson on the hill. Not as much of a power pitcher as Pettit or King, but has pitched some in very big games this year and done a good job. Probably a mixed speed type of, off balance type of pitcher. Got Mason Inklin up first, and I've read her name in the paper numerous times this year. For a freshman, she's had a wonderful season this year behind the dish and at the plate.
First pitch delivered. Strike one.
Had some movement there. I would be up in the box if I'm John Marshall.
And she is. She's just moved up. Okay, that pitch a little bit outside. Came for a screwball there.
Yep, screwball. I didn't think you were that good. I know Janice knows those pitches, but I don't know about you. First pitch was a curve. That pitch was a screwball.
And this ball grounded to the second baseman. She's up with it over to first for the first out.
That's Lauren Nolte, second baseman. Dad's probably out there in center field taking pictures somewhere for CB7.
And that'll bring up A.C. Cumberledge for the Monarchs.
AC is the number 2 pitcher for Wheeling, or for John Marshall. Got hurt last year and has a knee brace on. Doesn't seem to be affecting her. Way up in the box, which I totally agree with here.
That pitch catches the inside corner for a strike.
First baseman kind of charging on that pitch, Steve. I don't think you got any bunt here possibility. She was way in on that one. Let's see if she stays back now. She did.
Does, and this ball is going to be hit to the right fielder. Stayed up just a little bit too long there. It looked like it was starting to tail and drop, but it hung up there just enough that the right fielder was able to get there and make the catch for the second out.
It's Hannah Sievertson. Nice play. Most balls off of right-handed hitters are going to slice on you, and that one was starting to, but she made a nice running catch. Ava Blake is going to Marshall University in a couple of years. She's already committed, and she's a real fine shortstop for the Monarchs.
She rips this one foul.
And she just, I think, hit number 7 and 8 the other day in home runs. So she is a home run threat, and I'm pretty sure in 2 games last year she might have had 3 home runs, including against Julia Miller, the new Philly pitcher that's going to Ohio State.
She fouls this one off. So she's behind in the count 0-2.
I like those 2 pitch calls there. Don't let her get extension because Ava is strong and talented.
And that pitch inside for a ball.
There was a changeup, Steve. You're going to have to mix speeds. This middle of the lineup's really tough for John Marshall. Pettit on deck.
I think that one hit her. So she'll move down to first base. Blake will, and that'll bring Cadence Pettit to the plate.
She's also a home run threat, Steve. Blake's a threat to steal here, although Caitlin Kozlowski has a good arm behind home plate. 2 outs, I think I'd take a chance somewhere during this at-bat.
Pettit got a good swing on it just a little bit early. Drives it foul on the third base line.
Head west down there shouting, stay back, be patient, let it travel. Now see, I didn't see the outfield move, and I've got to swing a little bit on that if I'm the outfield toward left center.
She drives this one to the gap in left center, and that'll be over the fence for a home run and a 2-0 lead for the Monarchs. I tell you, that was a straight line shot that just traveled right over the fence. You said she had a lot of power. She showed it there.
Lake was running on that pitch, and she got all of that one, boy. When it goes out on a line drive, you know you've hit it well.
So that'll bring up Carly Kaiser for the Monarchs.
She's DPing for Kaylee White, who's playing second base. Pat's going to go calm them down here. I think it's a good move. A lot of game left. Just try to be patient here. Keep your composure. Don't want to give free passes to John Marshall. They've got some kids they normally make very good contact. So we're now in the bottom of the first, 2-0 John Marshall on Caden Pettit's 2-run dinger. In about the third inning, we'll have a rules question for a T-shirt. Pick it up at AT&T with Dan Vogel. And today it'll be an easy question, so somebody will win quick. So you better stay tuned or you're going to miss out. You're allowed 3 conferences, Steve, in a game. On the 4th one, the pitcher has to come out, and then in extra innings, you lose those 3 accumulative conferences, and it's 1 per inning.
First pitch in the dirt.
It's really going to be important for Amber to hit spots, not get behind, hit her locations. John Marshall way up in the box as they should be.
Nice looking pitch there off the inside corner, swing and a miss. Evens it up at 1-1.
Big rival here, kind of like Big Red and Central, Ohio State and Michigan. This is a big rival, Steve.
It is. Second pitch in for a strike, 1-2 count.
Park has had the better of it, as they have in most teams in basketball, in girls basketball. And in softball, John Marshall has had the better of it.
Hard grounder to third base, throw over in time to get the third out. So after one complete inning here, your score, John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 0. We'll be right back.
Do you have a fence that has seen better days? How about a new privacy fence? You probably could use a perimeter fence to keep Fido from wandering off. Call Edwards Fence Company now. They do all types of fence projects and have over 20 years of experience. Wood, chain link, vinyl, split rail, aluminum. Call today for a free estimate. Edwards Fence Company, 740-632-8403. Needless to say, you're going to need a new fence around your new swimming pool too. Call Edwards Fence Company today, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
And we're back here at Ben's Field, I-470 Complex in Wheeling, West Virginia. The second inning is going to be brought to you by Thrifty Hertz. We want to thank Thrifty Hertz for the use of a vehicle to get us down here today to do these two games, and to Napa Auto Center too.
Delaney Randolph is leading off, and she made that great play. Don't you see that all the time? Great play on defense, leading off the next inning. Down at third base to end it first. 2-0 John Marshall, top of 2.
First pitch in for a strike.
There's that curveball, hits the outside corner and tails into the other batter's box, sometimes unhittable.
Came back to it there, a little bit too much off the plate though. Evens it up at 1-1.
You don't want to get beamed, Steve, because it's going to hurt. But boy, if I'm Wheeling Park, I'm crowding the plate. I cannot let her beat me on the curveball.
Fouls that one off. 1-2.
Really important to keep your head on the ball and keep your front shoulder in on these type of pitches. You cannot pull off and hit this pitch.
And she catches that corner again for a strikeout for the first out of the top half of the second inning. And that'll bring to the plate Lauren Nolte for the Patriots.
Number 6, Lauren Nolte.
Lauren playing second base, batting 5th today. Good defensive infielder and a nice offensive player.
First pitch outside. 1-0.
If you're Park, what you want to hope is that umpire doesn't give John Marshall that outside corner, because they're going to be in trouble if that's the case.
Yeah, she's just going to pound it. There's again, it fouls that one off. Evens things up at 1-1.
She does have an off-speed pitch, but sometimes when you're dominating, you don't need to throw that. As the game goes along, you might see a few more of those off speed by Cadence. Like right there, maybe.
Yeah, there it was.
She got that one a little bit up.
That one up a little high. Evens things up at 2-2. Again, a little high and outside on that. Yeah, full count to Nolte.
Good discipline. Hard to be disciplined sometimes here because got to be so quick with your bat speed. It's hard to hold back, but Lauren's done a good job here. Nice at bat. See if she can work a walk. Pettit looking for the K.
And she gets it there on the swing. So 2 outs here. And that'll bring to the plate McKenna Kelly for Wheeling Park.
Number 30.
She is a senior first baseman.
Kelly.
Park just snuck in ahead of Morgantown in the 4-hole in the OVAC at 17-10 John Marshall coming in the 1 seed, 21-2.
Pitch a little bit low on the first offering, 1-0.
Beautiful day. We're a lot colder, seemed like yesterday. No wind at all.
Second pitch is a swinging strike.
McKenna kind of stepping in the bucket there. Not what you need to do on this pitcher, but she is crowding the plate. I give her credit for that. Trying to take away that outside pitch.
Getting a little bit low there, 2-1.
I believe, Steve, this inning we got 2 outs. I think every pitch has been on the outside corner except for the changeup.
Yes. Swinging strike there, 2-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the second inning. John Marshall leads 2-0. Just a little bit too much off the plate there. She came back with that breaking ball in that outside corner, but just missed. So we have a full count.
Inclin tried to steal that one, tried to frame it and pull it in.
And Kelly walks. So Wheeling Park has her first base runner.
Number 2, Mary Darrow.
And that'll bring up Mary Darrow for Wheeling Park.
Mary has good speed. She's the center fielder for Park, also a senior.
First pitch is lifted to right center field. That's in the gap to the fence.
I don't think it's going to score a run.
So runners advance to second and third on a stand-up double by Mary Darrow.
Number 8,
First hit
Amber
for Park.
Thompson.
I've read Mary's name numerous times. She has power, too. I've read her name in the newspaper. Good hitter. Amber Thompson, the pitcher. Let's see if she can help herself. Base hit would tie this game up. Unfortunately, Kelly not the fastest going from first into home, and John Marshall did get a good job getting the ball in.
First pitch from Pettit. Grounded to third base, up with it, throw over to first to end the top half of the second inning. So again, after 1.5 innings, score remains John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 0. We'll be right back.
Marcino Enterprises is your complete auto and truck repair center. Marcino Enterprises also offers towing, tires, and vehicle undercoating. You can visit Marcino Enterprises at their new location across from the Winter Drive-In on 43 for 24/7 roadside assistance. Save this number in your phone right now, 740-282-8880. That's an easy number, 740-282-8880. Marcino Enterprises does it all: towing, tires, repair, and vehicle undercoating.
Okay, welcome back here, Ben's Field, I-470 complex. So Wheeling Park threatened there. They threatened at the end of the top half of the second inning there. They had runners at second and third with 2 outs. But John Marshall able to get out of the inning, end the inning without allowing any runners across. So we stand at 2-0, John Marshall.
Umpires today, Mike Ryan behind home plate, Paul Duffy at first, and Kelly Ryan down at third base. This is Ben's Field in honor of Ben Taylor, who's done so much, along with Tom Bechtel, in promoting girls fast pitch softball. Ben and Tom started the college league, the junior high league, the I-470 high school league. If it's here, it's been with Ben and Tom in the beginning.
Peyton Tucker leading off here. She slaps us through the infield, gets to the center field, so she'll lead things off for the Monarchs with a slap single that was able to get through between the pitcher and the second baseman to the outfield. And that'll bring up Reese Ward for the Monarchs.
Peyton's going to West Liberty. She's a triple threat. She can swing full, but she mostly bunts and slaps. Look for the bunt here, Steve. I can smell a bunt coming.
She lays it down third base, but it's foul.
Peyton has base running stealing ability, but Ed West is known to sacrifice in these kinds of situations, just to move a runner and hope to get maybe an air throw or something.
Squares again. Again, tries to lay it down, third base, and it goes foul. I think that pitch was coming inside there.
If she would have took it, it probably would have beamed her, I think.
Right.
Tough to get that one fair. Ed's going to probably call the bunt off here, 0-2, although we saw Gus bunt with 2 strikes. DiMarzio in the first game. Peyton may be running somewhere, too. There she goes.
She is thrown out. So we got a strikeout throw out there.
Oh.
Strikeout throw out, so there are now 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up Carly Yoho for John Marshall.
Big play by Wheeling Park. Nice throw. I told you, Kozlowski's really good arm behind home plate. Yoho's playing third base. She's a junior.
That pitch inside. Yoho's able to get out of the way. 1-0. Just a little bit high there. Even up. Or no, 2-0. 2-0 count. This ball hit sharply between third and short. Left fielder up with it, makes a throw in quickly. But a nice single there for Carly Yoho. That'll bring up Tori Finley.
She's a right fielder playing a sophomore, batting left-handed. I bet you Ed was hoping to get that bunt down, get Peyton into second base. That probably would have scored her on that hit. 2 outs. Finley, possible bunter here. And slapper.
And that ball's outside.
Puts pressure on the defense. You're not sure what she would do.
She goes full swing there and fouls it back over top of us. So we have a 1-1 count.
It's like Peyton. She's a triple threat, so you can't play too deep in the infield. Looks like she can run. She also has some power. Pretty hefty lead over there at first base.
Yoho got a good jump off there.
She might have been baiting her to look for a delayed steal, but I'd be a little more cautious there if I was Yoho.
That pitch in for a strike.
Although with first baseman up, Steve, looking for a bunt, I guess that's why Yoho got off a little bit aggressive. She may be a little more conservative now with 2 strikes and the first baseman back.
This pitch is outside.
Look at this. Wow, was that close?
That was close. That was close. Again, like you mentioned, baiting her there a little bit. First baseman was up and then got back in a hurry. She took another jump, towards second base, and that ball was down there quick.
She should be stealing here.
This one's popped up.
Trouble.
It is trouble. Drops between the left fielder and the center fielder.
Runner's
going to come around. She trips. She falls. She's got to go back to third, and she will get back to third.
Wow, everything happened in that play.
It did. I think Yoho would have scored if she doesn't stumble coming around third, but I think when she rounded third, she may have hit the grass, the lip of the grass over here, and it tripped her up.
She definitely would have scored on that. She had the advantage. She was stealing on the 2-out, 3-2 pitch. So she got a good jump on that one. Second and third, 2 outs. Second inning, we'll have our trivia question next inning. And John Marshall ahead 2-0 with Mason Inclin coming to bat. She grounded out to second base first time up. Big hitter here. You cannot afford to get behind 4-0 to Pettit.
That hit by Finley was just in the perfect spot in the gap and dropped right in. And both fielders were about 2 feet away from it, but just could not get to it.
Nobody's fault there. Nothing you can do.
First pitch is a ball, 1-0 to Inkland.
Mason, just a freshman. He's had a banner season so far. I don't know if the wind got that or not, Steve. That ball moved about as well as I've ever seen one.
I'm telling you, that broke a ton.
That was a screwball, and man, did it break.
So 1-1's count. That one in for a strike.
I like the mixing of planes in and out, up and down. That's what you have to do against batters. Get them off balance. 2 outs. Finley should be running at the crack of the bat to score on any contact here, any swing here.
That pitch up high, so it evens count at 2-2. John Marshall threatening again. Runners at second and third.
So with 2 outs, Steve, you're running on the crack of the bat. With 2 outs and 2 strikes, you're running on a swing.
She does swing, drives it to right field, but it's caught for the 3rd out. So at the conclusion of 2 innings, your score remains John Marshall Monarchs 2, Wheeling Park Patriots 0.
We'll come back, I'll give you the question.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were going to a commercial. We'll give you the question right now. Sorry, Dan. Okay, a line drive hits off the pitcher's plate. This would be the same for baseball or softball, so there's a hint. Hits off the pitcher's plate and rolls in foul territory before first base. First question, what's the call? A ground ball hits off the pitcher's plate and goes in foul territory after it passes first base. What's the call? If you can answer both of those, and somebody should pretty quickly, I would think, you're going to win a T-shirt from OVSO. Compliments of Dan Fogel down at AT&T. That inning, Steve, John Marshall had 3 hits, but couldn't score a run because of the strikeout throwout on the steal.
Right. And we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Jim, that we'll also be bringing the baseball games, the championship baseball games this weekend. I just wanted to mention our sponsors that are going to make that available for us. That's going to be Apollo Pro Cleaning, Fort Steuben Maintenance, Orsino Enterprises, Capital Recovery Systems, Tri-State Security, Heineman Family, Cedar One Realty, the Steubenville Bakery, Swearingen Bat Company, Straub Automotive, Electric O, Anthony Mining, the Carpellotti family, Ohio Motor Group, M&M Hardware, Tudor's Biscuit World, IBEW Local 246, Factory Finish Detailing, Riley Petroleum, and Guida Law Offices. Leading off for Wheeling Park is going to be Caitlin Kozlowski, the catcher. First pitch from Pettit is up high, 1-0.
Again, our trivia question. Line drive hits off the pitcher's plate, goes in foul territory in front of first base. What's the call? Hits off the pitcher's plate, goes behind first base, and goes foul. What's the call?
Second pitch off the plate, 2-0. This 3rd inning is being brought to you by Marcino Enterprises, specializing in brakes, air conditioning, tires, fleet maintenance, complete auto and truck repair.
Although Wheeling Park, Steve, has hit the ball pretty well. They've had 3 ground balls down to third base and a ringing double by Mary Darrow to right center. They're going to need some help. They're going to need a walk or a couple errors here. They're going to need some base runners besides contact, I think, in this game to score a bunch of runs off of Pettit.
Pettit's a 2-1 count right now. That pitch is high. It's 3-1. That could come here, Jim. It could come here. If they could draw the walk here, maybe get something jump-started for Wheeling Park.
Caitlin has a good eye. She's been around a while. Excellent catcher, a junior.
She does ground that to the shortstop. Shortstop's up with, makes throw over for the out. So the first out of the top half of the 3rd inning.
Hope we don't jinx anybody, Steve, but no errors so far in the game. In these 5A games, boy, you see some great defensive plays.
Absolutely. So Wheeling Park back to the top of the lineup. Hannah Sievertson steps in.
Hannah struck out her first time up. One of Cadence's 3 strikeouts.
That's ground sharply back to the pitcher, gets off of her glove, rolls to the shortstop, and the shortstop makes the throw. Nice stretch by the first baseman there. That was a heck of a nice play by the shortstop there. Ball deflected off of the pitcher's glove. She was able to attack it, come up with it, and make the good throw.
Yep, 1-6-3, good contact. Ava Blake has the edge. She's quick as a cat and has a gun for an arm, and that's what you needed on that play.
Micaiah Struthers steps in for the Patriots. First pitch on the outside corner for strike.
Good take, unhittable there, good movement, borderline pitch. I got to be taking that one. That was a good job by Michaela to lay off of that pitch. Imagine Wheeling Park's probably had that pitching machine cranked up to about 70 today. They look pretty good swinging the bat so far.
They have. They've been on it. They're catching up to her speed.
I mean, Cadence is normally a double-digit strikeout pitcher, and right now she's only got 3 and 2 1/3 innings, and some hard-hit balls against her.
1-1 count. Pettit delivers. That's off the plate. So we got 2 balls, 1 strike to Struthers. This one's fouled back and out of play.
Pretty impressed with Pettit. She has a tendency to really take her time and concentrate before she delivers the pitch. So one, it may freeze the batter a little bit. And number 2, that concentration really helps her on location. Normally when her pitch is called the ball out of the box, it's because her arm isn't close to her hip on release.
She comes with that off-speed pitch. Change up for a strike 3. So that'll end the top half of the 3rd inning. Your score here, John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 0. We'll be right back.
Want to become a sponsor of this online sports broadcast? It's easy. Look us up on Facebook under Ohio Valley Sports Online. Drop us a message right on our wall or shoot us an email. More bang for your buck. Why? Because it's not radio. It's an online internet sports broadcast with unlimited and endless potential for you. Why settle for less when you can advertise with the best? Ohio Valley Sports Online.
The meaning of cleaning, there's one name you gotta know. Apollo Pro Cleaning. Clean floor to ceiling. Apollo Pro Cleaning is the meaning of cleaning.
Okay, so we're back here, moving to the bottom half of the 3rd inning in this Class 5A OVAC semifinal game between John Marshall and Wheeling Park.
AC Cumberland.
And leading off this inning for the Monarchs will be AC Cumberledge.
Last time she hit a ground ball to third base, Steve, and third baseman from Park has really done a good job down there fielding as John Marshall's third baseman, Faith Randolph. And third baseman for John Marshall is Carly Yoho.
First pitch was inside here, so we have a 1-0 count. Next pitch also inside, but catches the inside corner to even things up at 1-1.
John Marshall up 2-0 in the 3rd here. They have 4 hits. Park I have for 1 hit. Pettit
Nice
with,
pitch there.
Sorry, Steve. Pettit with 4 strikeouts so far. We have Thompson with that 1 big strikeout last inning. Strike him out, throw him out at second base. The 2 runs on Cadence Pettit. 2-run homer in the 1st with 2 outs.
1-2 count, balls delivered, fouled off.
John Marshall normally makes contact. They're not normally a strikeout team. So you're going to have to make the plays. And so far, we're errorless in the game. Both teams.
This one fouled down the third baseline. So again, Cumberland's battling here, staying alive. 1-2 count.
Thompson with some good spin on that pitch.
Again, fouled off down third base line. Really working that screwball, hitting the inside.
It's the place to go when the hitter's up in the box and crowding the plate. I like that location there.
That one grounded down the third base, up with it, throw over, and the out. So first out here, the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up Ava Blake for John Marshall.
There's where I like the Ohio rule, Steve. Ohio is mandatory to have a double first base. In West Virginia, if both teams agree you can have a double first base, that could have been a pretty serious collision there had Cumberland not held up there, and I'd like to see double first base in these games.
Right. First pitch outside.
Got to be careful here. Ava is a home run threat. Also, a gapper is going to be at least 2. She can really run and very aggressive on the bases.
Pops this one up. Foul, out of play. So it evens things up at 1-1.
Here's where you need that mixing the speeds between number 3 and 4 kid. Now's where it's really important. As the game goes along, they're going to time her fastball and movement pitches like that.
She lines that.
It's probably going to be a double.
Field.
She's not hesitating.
Good throw in from left field in time. And she's out. I tell you, what a throw from left field. She bobbled it a little bit. And, you know, Blake rounded first and
bobbled,
went for it.
I knew she was going. She doesn't stop. I knew she was going to be aggressive.
But what a strong throw.
Yes.
And right on the mark, too.
And that was left fielder Mary Darrow, who's had a bang-up game with only hit a double, and now that throw in left field.
Cadence Pettit at the plate. First pitch is a strike.
Boy, Blake hit that ball hard, maybe too hard. That might have cost her, but I knew she wasn't going to hesitate.
Second pitch, just a little low.
I think they're going to keep it down there, Steve. They're not going to put it up where she can crank one again.
She thrown a drop, too.
She has a curve, a screw, mostly the screwball, and sometimes it's a fastball that it's just hitting location.
Hitting low. That pitch was fouled off, so it's 1-2 count. Two outs here.
There's your first error. It doesn't count, right?
Right.
Going to make a bad throw to the pitcher or someone else. Let's be on a dead ball situation. 1-2, 2 outs. Third inning, 2-0 Monarchs.
Brought that one inside, a little too much inside. Evens things up at 2-2.
I see she has an elbow guard, which is a good thing there, huh? If you don't want to get beamed, get hurt if you're the pitcher, even though that's her left arm.
And inside in the dirt, full count to Cadence Pettit.
I'm sure if she gets on, they're going to have a courtesy runner for her. Wow.
Whoa.
She takes that pitch, Steve, it hits her.
It hits her. But she turned on that. She turned on that and hit a laser over there into the
I'm just glad it didn't hit
left field
one of the
stands.
fans, huh? Wow. I like Pettis. I like when kids have a little bit of a split grip. When she get ready to hit right now, she has a slight split grip for good bat control.
Hits that one sharply down, but still foul out in left field. Turn it on a little bit quick.
Sometimes it doesn't hurt to walk a batter, Steve, so maybe make her nibble and go after a bad pitch. If you put her on with a walk, it's okay. Don't let her hit one over the fence again.
She hits this one high. In between the shortstop goes back and makes the catch. So that'll be out number 3. That'll bring an end to the 3rd inning. And our score remains John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 0. We'll be right back.
The meaning of cleaning, there's one name you gotta know. Apollo Pro Cleaning. Clean floor to ceiling. Apollo Pro Cleaning is the meaning of cleaning.
In a time of crisis, Apollo cares. At Apollo Pro Cleaning and Restoration, your health and safety is our top priority. Equipped to disinfect your home or facility with our award-winning Apollo 360 electrostatic disinfection process. Residential properties, offices, schools, retail spaces, factories, medical facilities, restaurants, transportation, and more. Apollo is here to help you combat the spread of COVID. Contact us today to find out how we can help serve you.
Clean floor to ceiling. Apollo Pro Cleaning is the meaning of cleaning.
Okay, so we're back here in the nightcap of the 5A OVAC softball semifinals. We're getting ready to start the 4th inning here, and this 4th inning is being brought to you by the Target Shop, sportswear and screen printing.
I've got Steve, John Marshall in 3 innings with 5 hits. Neither team has an error. Wheeling Park only has the Mary Darrow double for 1 hit. Pettit with 4 strikeouts and a walk so far. And Thompson has 1 strikeout and no walks.
Leading off this top half of the 4th for the Patriots is Faith Randolph. And she takes a cut at the first pitch, fouls it off.
If you're Wheeling Park, Steve, you just want to try to keep it close and hope there's a mistake or two somewhere, a walk, an error, to get you right back in the game. So far, 2 runs isn't bad for Park giving up against that hard-hitting John Marshall team. And Pettit really been pretty dominant so far, even though they've made good contact at times.
That pitch in for a strike, so Pettit is ahead in the count here, 0-2. Probably not going to give her anything near good here, right?
Well, I wouldn't, but we'll see. I'd probably see that curveball in the outside corner going in the other batter's box. Nope.
Came right at her, and that's fouled off down the 3rd base line.
Now, in baseball, sometimes in high school, you're going to have to go at them because of the pitch counts.
Right.
But here, there's no pitch count in girls softball. And, of course, they can pitch every day without any rest.
So Pettit getting ready to deliver here.
There was that curve.
And there's the curve off the plate. So count moves to 1-2 to Faith Randolph. Again, John Marshall leads 2-0 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Again, just off the plate, 2-2 count.
Not sure they have all the times yet, but after this pitch, we'll give you the OVAC matchups.
That one's fouled off. Randolph staying alive.
Kind of stepping in the bucket, something you don't want to do. So in single A, you're going to have Conotton Valley, who is the 1 seed against number 2 Frontier. Double A, Shadyside, the number 3 seed versus number 1 Wheeling Park. In 4A, Edison, the number 4 seed against number 2 seed Eau Glen.
This one's hit to left field, and that's going to get out of here.
She came inside.
She did come inside, and Faith Randolph was able to turn on that and keep it inside of the foul pole over the left field fence. So Wheeling Park cuts that lead in half. It's now 2-1, John Marshall.
All runs coming on home runs. And in 3A, you got Martins Ferry, the 1 seed versus Caldwell, the 2 seed. And Big Red, the 3 seed versus the winner of this game, yet to be determined. So this is the last of our 10 teams to get into the OVAC championships. Right now, scheduled for 2 games Friday and 3 Saturday, weather permitting, and that weather could put a damper on things. But Faith Randolph really got a Wheeling Park excited there and back in this ball game. Let's see how Pettit responds, Steve, with nobody out here in the 4th. 2-1, John Marshall.
This is Delaney Randolph now at bat.
That is Faith's sister.
Swinging strike on the first pitch.
I got a feeling you're going to see mostly outside pitches here from Pettit the rest of this inning. Need 2 answers. So we need 2 answers, Don Bednarik. Fair ball after first base. What is it if it hits the pitching plate and it goes in foul territory before first base? Is it fair or is it foul? So we'll hope to get a second response from you.
Delaney Randolph check swing strike there to make it 0-2. Pettit ready to deliver. That one's up high, 1-2 count.
So we do have a winner, Dan. Dawn Bednarik Capaldi is the winner.
Ah, good job, Dawn. Grounder to the second baseman, throw over for the out.
And the answers again were if it hits off the pitcher's plate and goes foul before first base, it's a foul ball. And if it goes past first base after hitting the plate foul, it's a fair ball. James Huggins Sr.'s 1 foul, 2 fair. Well, it was only 2 questions, though. Have to ask him to respond again. Oh, first question foul, second fair. Just a little late there on that. Don won. Good guess, though, Mr. Huggins.
First pitch here, fouled off down the first base line. So Lauren Nolte batting.
Dawn can get a free T-shirt, Steve, at AT&T. All she has to do is stop in, see Dan Vogel. OVSO T-shirt.
This one also fouled off on the first base line. Again, Lauren Nolte at the plate. It's now an 0-2 count.
A lot of hitters stepping in the bucket for Wheeling Park. And that's okay if pitcher's coming inside, but boy, if it's outside, it's pretty tough. To step away and hit that outside pitch. You don't want to pull it, you want to take it where it's pitched.
Fouled off again.
Infield-wise, for John Marshall, Cumberledge at first, White at second, Blake at short, Yoho at third. Tucker, Ward, and Findley from left to right. Pettit and Inclun behind the plate is the battery.
Nolte's making Pettit work here. Fouling pitches off. So the count remains 0-2. 1 out here in the top half of the 4th inning. And again, your score, John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 1.
Must have had a cut on that baseball there. Pitchers have a right to ask the umpire for a new baseball, but they threw that one out because of some kind of cut.
We get a third straight looking there. So 2 outs now.
Number 30, McKenna Kelly.
And McKenna Kelly stepping to the plate for the Patriots.
She had a good at bat last time and drew a walk. Ended up on third base after the double by Dara.
First pitch, low, ball 1.
All 4 runs. We had 4 runs scored today, Steve. In
all
2
of them
games.
home runs.
All of them home runs. Cimarella for Big Red, Pettit for John Marshall's 2-run homer, and Faith Randolph solo shot.
That pitch in for a strike evens it up 1-1 to McKenna Kelly.
Pretty nice crowd here on a night that's now becoming chilly as that sun goes down. Big rivals, close game, OVAC matchup. Can't ask for anything better.
That curve a little bit off the plate, 2-1. And Pettit goes upstairs that time and a little too high. 3-1 count, 2 outs, top half of the fourth. And she gets a strike call there looking. So we have a full count to McKenna Kelly. Goes off speed, and that's grounded again off of Pettit's glove to the second baseman and throw over to first for the third and final out of the top half of the fourth inning. So again, your score here, Wheeling Park cuts into it. John Marshall 2, Wheeling Park 1. We'll be right back.
This is Ohio Valley Sports Online, your connection to Ohio Valley sports. Listen anywhere in the world from any connected device, smartphone, tablets, iPads, and computers. Ohio Valley Sports Online brings you live game action from the guys with over 50 years in radio sports broadcast. The Target Shop has all your fall sports needs. Shop local and get all your school spirit gear, fan wear, and everyday apparel. Support your locally owned Target Shop. The Target Shop offers new designs weekly. Stop in soon.
Springtime means cleanup time, so if you're planning a renovation on your house or need to get rid of some debris, call for a driveway-safe dumpster from Chappie's. Yep, Chappie's has 10 and 15-yard dumpsters available for same-day delivery, and Chappie's rates are all-inclusive. There's never any hidden fees. You can do a 7-day rental or, even better yet, a discounted 3-day rental. Clean up your shed, garage, basement, and get a dumpster from Chappie's today. Online, it's chappiesdumpsters.com or call 740-359-DUMP. That's
Okay, we're back. Carly Kaiser leading off for John Marshall in the bottom half of the fourth inning here, which is being brought to us by the Target Shop, sportswear and screen printing. 2-1 game, John Marshall leading. First pitch in, first strike.
Well, Wheeling Park got the momentum back there with a Faith Randolph home run. Let's see if they can shut John Marshall down. Home plate umpire Mike Ryan, Paul Duffy on Buddy at first base, and Kelly Ryan at third base, ex-St. Clairsville AD.
Kaiser turns quickly on that one, but it's foul down the third base line.
Nice crowd there on the John Marshall side. Of course, some park people are sitting out there in left field too. That's a good view.
Those are the good seats out there.
People behind the fence looking in.
That pitch was outside for a ball.
So far, Thompson has 0 walks. You don't want to give John Marshall free passes because, boy, they have some hitters behind him.
She goes off speed there. It stays up high. 2-1 count. 2-2 count. 2-2 count. My fault. That's grounded through past the third baseman. Rather sharply hit ball that third baseman was not able to get in front of. Tried to make a dive for it, but it got through. So Kaiser leads off bottom half of the fourth here with a single, and that'll bring up Peyton Tucker to the plate.
She had a slap single last inning. It puts a lot of pressure on Park's defense. The shortstop's going to have to cover the steal and the slap, and that's pretty tough to do. Got an inversion by the second baseman, which is fine to try to take away the bunt or the punch. And the outfield kind of straight away here because she can hit the ball into the gap area, but maybe a shade too deep.
First pitch is inside there for a ball.
Shortstop way over, man. Second might be there for the taking.
Second pitch, similar location, but caught the corner that time, so it's 1-1.
I'm not sure of Kaiser's speed at first base, and Randolph is a good shortstop, but it's hard to run that far, catch a ball, and make a tag at the same time.
She squares a bunt, she lays it down, back to the pitcher, throw over to first, gets the out, but advances the runner to second base. So, again, good job by Peyton Tucker there, laying down, sacrificing, moving Kaiser over to second base. So we have one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and that'll bring up Reese Ward for the Monarchs.
That was a sacrifice bunt, 1-3, the first baseman staying back. Wheeling Park notorious from throwing behind, so it's a good thing Kaiser did not round that base much, or she could have been picked off at second. Reese struck out last time.
Ward swings at the first pitch, grounds it down to third base, throws over in time for the second out, but again, runner moves up to third base. So we have Kaiser on third base. We have two outs. We have Carly Yoho stepping to the plate for the Monarchs. John Marshall up 2-1 here.
Harley singled last time. A lot of balls hit between short and third. Center fielder playing pretty straight away. Shortstop also playing pretty straight away, even cheating a hair towards second base. 2 outs. Can't afford to give John Marshall this run back that you just earned. Good call off her foot in the box.
So 1-1 count here. This one's hit in the gap, left center field. It's over the left fielder's head, off of the fence. Run scores, and Yoho will go into second base with a double. So John Marshall extends her lead, 3-1.
You got hits and you get big hits, Steve. 2 out hit there. Left fielder looked like maybe she fell, and they're going to check her out. So we'll come back here, Dan, and take a commercial as they're checking the left fielder out. 2 outs, 3-1 Monarchs, so we'll be right back.
Do you have a fence that has seen better days? How about a new privacy fence? You probably could use a perimeter fence to keep Fido from wandering off. Call Edwards Fence Company now. They do all types of fence projects and have over 20 years of experience. Wood, chain link, vinyl, split rail, aluminum. Call today for a free estimate. Edwards Fence Company, 740-632-8403. Needless to say, you're going to need a new fence around your new swimming pool too. Call Edwards Fence Company today, a proud sponsor of this broadcast.
Okay, so we're back here. Looks like the left fielder's okay. After a quick check on her.
That left fielder was Mary Darrow. Big 2-out RBI there. I don't think no matter where they're playing, they get that one. That was a pretty good shot. But again, I think I'd be moving over to left center if I'm the center fielder. And John Marshall is capable of hitting the ball a good distance. As the game wears on and they get their timing, you may want to be just a little deeper at times in the right field or in the outfield, especially in the left field side.
Got a little switch here. We got Nia Miller batting in Tori Finley's spot right now. Nia Miller for John Marshall.
She's only a freshman.
She takes a cut at that first pitch. Swing and a miss, so it's 0-1. Fouls this one back and out of play.
Impressed, Steve, with the screwball movement of Thompson. I'm saying some of those swings, if they just let the ball go, it's going to hit them.
You're right.
But they look good coming in.
I'll tell you that the one bunt was the one. And we get a call, strike 3. We get a call, strike 3, so that'll bring an end to the fourth inning here from Ben's Field An I-470. Monarchs extend their lead to 3-1. And we're going to be right back.
Marcino Enterprises is your complete auto and truck repair center. Marcino Enterprises also offers towing, tires, and vehicle undercoating. You can visit Marcino Enterprises at their new location across from the Winter Drive-In on 43 for 24/7 roadside assistance. Save this number in your phone right now, 740-282-8880. That's an easy number, 740-282-8880. Marcino Enterprises does it all: towing, tires, repair, and vehicle undercoating.
Seems like we're back here, Steve.
Okay, we're back. Wasn't quite sure. I was looking over the wrong shoulder here. So we move to the 5th inning here. Your score, John Marshall 3, Wheeling Park 1. This 5th inning is being brought to you by Edwards Fence Company, 20 years experience in affordable fence systems. Leading off for Wheeling Park is going to be Mary Darrow.
She had a double her first time up, was stranded at second base. Pettit with 5 strikeouts and a walk. Thompson with 2 strikeouts and no walk so far after 4.
Grounded down to third base. Third baseman up with it, makes the throw in time.
Darrow
First
gets down
out.
the line, huh, Steve?
She gets down there quick.
And I agree with and think it's a good idea. Yoho up, possibility of a bunt, slow ground ball. She's deeper in that play. They're not going to get Mary Darrow. Good coaching, being closer at third
She did
base.
a good job. She didn't, she set her feet, made a good throw over there, knowing what speed Darrow had. So Amber Thompson now up to bat. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1.
They're going to ask for an appeal here, I'm thinking, huh? They did, and
He said she went. Said she went. So 1-1 count.
I think one thing that's helped Park today is, guess who they faced yesterday, Steve? Jules King. Yep.
Right.
So their timing's pretty good, huh? Good scheduling there.
This ball is drifting and will be out of play on the first base line. Foul ball, so 1-2 count. Top of the 5th inning. John Marshall leads 3-1. Winner of this game will face Steubenville Big Red for the Class 5A championship.
I'd like to congratulate all the teams that made the OVACs and quickly give you that rundown here after this batter of who's playing this weekend, weather permitting.
That pitch is high and off the plate. 2-2 evens it up.
Pettit not quite as sharp as I've seen her in the past, but still pretty dominant. 1 run in 4 innings.
And she's able to get the swinging strike out there. So 2 outs now, top of the 5th.
Steve, we got Single A, Conotton Valley, and Frontier. In Double A, Shadyside, Wheeling Central. Triple A, Ferry and Caldwell. 4A, Edison and Eau Glen. And Big Red versus the winner of this game in 5A.
Caitlin Kozlowski batting for Wheeling Park now. First pitch in for a strike.
I did read something online that if weather does get bad and it rains and these fields don't hold it, they could be moving games to Wheeling Park High School this weekend.
Right, which is turf now.
Yes. Caitlin hit a hard ground ball to the shortstop last time up. She's also thrown a runner out stealing. She's the catcher. She's only a junior.
Behind an account 0-2 right now. And Pettit goes back to that outside breaking ball. It's just off the plate. 1-2 count. And this ball's popped up to the second baseman. She'll get under it, make the catch. That'll conclude the top half of the 5th inning. So again, your score here, John Marshall 3, Wheeling Park 1.
TS Electric is a leading electrical contracting firm with offices located in Richmond, Ohio, providing a spectrum of electrical services to commercial and residential clients throughout Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Our commitment? To provide our customers with quality service performed on schedule and at a fair price, which is how TS Electric earned its superior reputation in the industry. Our team specializes in the areas of electrical construction, expansion of existing facilities, and maintenance programs. If you need electrical work done for your home or business, contact TS Electric and say you heard it here. TS Electric is offering 25% off a change of service. Give them a call, 740-765-4321. That's TS Electric.
Okay, so we're back here, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. As we said, John Marshall leads 3-1 over Wheeling Park. And leading off for the Monarchs.
Top of the order, Steve.
Top of the order, Mason Inklin.
She's the catcher, only a freshman.
First pitch, swings on it, takes it the opposite field, in the left field for a single. Real nice job of hitting there on the outside pitch. Just goes with it, drives it into the left field.
Seen her play twice this year. Very impressed. She'll go where the ball is pitched. I look for maybe moving the runner up here to Blake and to Pettit. Let's see if they're going to make a pitching change. There's going to be a change here somewhere. Okay. 22.
That is Delaney Theus that they're bringing in.
She's also a senior. Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised here. You can't intentionally walk both Blake and Pettit, so I got to think that Ed West is going to try to move the runners, or move the runner up Inklin, and try to get another insurance run for Pettit. 3-1, bottom of 5. John Marshall over Park. In case you missed it, Steubenville Big Red on a Sagan Cimarella home run, and Jules King with 16 strikeouts nipped University 1-0 in the 5 o'clock game. Similar pitching speed, Steve, between these two pitchers. They're not overpowering, but they do have ball movement. Delaney normally keeps the ball down low and does mix speeds pretty well. When you come in, you're entitled without injury for 5 warm-up pitches. And sometimes in a colder day, the umpire will give her a few more, but looks like she got her 5 and is ready to go. So I expect a bunt here, Steve, but what do you think?
I'm going to go with you there, Coach. I'm going to go with you on that. AC Cumberledge is coming up to bat here. And as you said, Coach, Ed West tends to want to sacrifice rather than try to steal. And we've already seen Kozlowski throw out a runner. Both first and third basemen are up. She squares, bunts it foul.
So if I'm the second baseman, I think she's a little deep and a little too far from first base. She's got to cover there, and I know she has great speed, but you're going to let the runner get a little bigger lead as far off as she is, and you want to be up in the baseline a little bit on this bunt attempt.
She gets this one down, just rolls foul down the first base line. Looked like it was going to die there for a second, but then spun into foul territory. So 0-2 count.
Easier said than done, but the last 2 days we haven't seen a lot of successful bunt attempts. A lot of foul balls.
Dan always says it's a lost art.
Yeah, Dan's telling us, catch the ball with a bat, he says.
And a swinging strike out there. So 1 out now, bottom of the 5th. Mason Inkland is on first. Ava Blake coming to the plate for the Monarchs.
She's 1 for 1, Steve, with a single. Got thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Nice throw by Mary Darrow in left, and she got beamed in the first inning.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1.
I know Kozlowski's looking to throw down. Those base runners for John Marshall really getting big leads off the base.
Drives this one to
Trouble,
center field.
trouble.
This is over her head.
And
off
outta here.
the top of the fence and out of here. Another line drive home run. This one for Ava Blake.
Steve, that's her 9th of the year.
Wow. So 2-run home run now makes the game John Marshall 5, Wheeling Park 1.
So
Both home runs for the Monarchs have been just line drives out of here.
Both hitters extremely powerful and strong, and if you get it up, they're going to make you pay for it. Gives John Marshall now 9 hits in the ball game. They really do have a potent offense to go with Pettit on the mound. Tough combination to beat. John Marshall has gone to the state the last 2 years. Tough sectional starting next Tuesday. John Marshall, Morgantown, who's beaten John Marshall once, Wheeling Park, and Brook in the sectional. And on the other end of town, University is the favorite in that region to win there, and the winners of those 2 sections will play for a regional championship and a right to go to the state. And that all starts next Tuesday.
Cadence Pettit. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0.
So today we've seen 7 runs, including 1-0 Big Red game, and 6 of those 7 have come on home runs. Not too much small ball, huh?
No,
Ava Blake says, I don't care if you don't get the bunt down. I'm going to get her home anyhow, right?
2-0 count here to Pettit. Bottom half of the 5th. And this pitch inside goes to 3-0.
I got to give a green light here. I don't know if Ed will, but I'm giving the green light.
That pitch in for a strike. 3-1. Was a little change. I pulled the string on it. Swinging strike there.
A lot of movement on that pitch, Steve.
Full count. Full count here to Pettit.
She got it up a little bit to Blake, but boy, those last 2 pitches were down by the knees, close to the ankle, and with some movement.
Nice looking pitch there as well. Gets the strikeout. So 2 outs now, bottom of the 5th. Carly Kaiser.
Number 13,
Carly is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out to third base. Bottom of 5, 5-1 Monarchs.
Swinging miss on the first one.
Neither team that I have, Steve, has an error. Pretty impressive. Made the plays if they've been kept in the ballpark, huh?
Both games have been fairly clean tonight. Like you said, errorless here, and I think we only had 1 each earlier tonight, right?
I think 2 and 1.
Okay, 2 and 1
in the first game. I think the Red had 2 errors and University 1, if I'm not mistaken.
1-1 count here to Kaiser. That pitch is outside. 2-1.
A little chilly with the sun down, but a beautiful day. No wind. Look at that flag. Just nothing with that flag out there. Movement. This place can get really cold, as you know, Steve, up here on the hill.
That wind rolls down through here sometimes.
Again, Mike Ryan, Paul Duffy, and Kelly Ryan, the umpires from home to first to third. Like to congratulate Don Bednarik Capaldi for getting that answer correct. Trivia answer.
Kaiser grounds this one to third. Throw over in time for the third and final out of the 5th inning. So after 5 complete, your score is now John Marshall 5 and Wheeling Park 1. We're going to keep it here for a second and just remind you of the baseball championships coming up this weekend. Again, we're going to feature on OVSO 2 games on Friday from Toronto. At 5:30, we'll have Fort Fry versus Lindsley. At 8 o'clock, Cameron versus Connaughton Valley. And those will be brought to you by Ray Suckoch and Tim Provenzano. Saturday at Edison, 11 a.m. will be St. Clairsville and Indian Creek. At 1:30, Wheeling Park and University. Jason Jenkins and Paul Zorney will bring you that game. And then on Monday at Toronto, they'll wrap things up for the baseball championships with Steubenville Central versus River at 5:30, and that'll be Paul Zorney and Tim Provenzano again. So
say hello here to Barbara Miller Sheets. And Barbara played for me way back at Wintersville High School and was a player pitcher and didn't get to bat much at Muskingum College, if I recollect. And Barb made it to the College World Series, telling me she ended up in 6th place for the great late Donna Newberry. Shout out. Barb is now the assistant commissioner and did a bang-up job in the standings, making sure everybody knew what was going on when the OVACs came out last Saturday.
Hannah Sievertson leading off top half of the 6th for Wheeling Park Patriots. First pitch is a ball. This 6th inning is being brought to you by TS Electric. Save money with energy-efficient solutions. TS Electric.
Hannah is 0 for 2, grounded out off the pitcher's glove to shortstop. Hit the ball hard last time. She's playing in right field, Steve. Left fielder Mary Darrow, and center fielder is Michaela Struthers for Park, and they've done a good job out there defensively today.
That pitch was fouled off down the first base line, so we have a 1-1 count here to Sievertson. Pettit getting ready to deliver here. Goes off speed, and a swing and a miss by Sievertson. 1-2 count.
Maybe a good time to work on that off speed now when you got a little bit of a cushion. Got big games coming up next week. They'll take on Brook at home on Tuesday, and Park and Morgantown will also play Tuesday. Not sure who the home team is in that game. I think they both split with each other during the season.
That pitch just off the plate. Pettit really wanted that one, though. She thought she had it there, but it's 2-2 count.
She
check swing.
You got a run on that.
Gets away from the catcher, but she'll make the throw down the first for the out.
Definitely a swing.
So 1 out here, top of the 6th inning. John Marshall leads 5-1. That's going to bring up Micaiah Struthers for the Patriots.
She's 1 for 2. Michaela grounded to third her first time up and then struck out in the 3rd inning. One of Pettit's 7 strikeouts. Well, now 8, I believe. Nope,
First pitch in for a strike on a swinging miss.
We're still at 7 strikeouts for Pettit and 1 walk. Amber Thompson has left the game with 2 strikeouts and no walks. And Delaney Theus has a strikeout and no walks.
That pitch just off the plate, 1-1.
Impressed here with the people who have stayed, and those who haven't stayed We appreciate you watching on OVSO. A lot more games in softball and baseball this year. Big ones coming up in tournament time here real soon, along with the OVAC championships in boys and girls this weekend.
So Pettit ready to deliver here. Inside. Count moves to 3-1 for Struthers.
Now here, Steve, is I would be telling my pitcher, I don't care if you got to throw a fastball down the middle, we're not going to give a walk here. We're going to make them hit the ball. No free passes. Don't like to do that much, but sometimes you just got to lay it.
And she gets the strike there. So we have a full count. Top of the sixth, John Marshall up 5-1. 1 out. That pitch just a little low. So Struthers draws the walk. It's going to bring up Faith Randolph.
Pettit's second walk, and last time Randolph, who grounded out to third, ripped a home run over the left field fence. I bet you they don't go inside this time, Steve.
No, she turned on that one well. Pettit goes outside. 1-0.
I see Kim North down there in the dugout keeping score for the newspaper. Martins Ferry Times leader.
That pitch a little low. So count moves to 2-0. Again, the Patriots have Struthers on first. Faith Randolph at the bat. And this one is fouled off and out of play.
Good hitter's pitch there, 2-0. I'm sure I hear Ed West down there saying, stay ahead, no walks.
Pettit catches the corner there to even up the count at 2-2.
She lives on the outside corner, but she's so tough to hit because her ball really has some great movement.
This one grounded back up the middle. So runner will advance to second.
Not hit all that hard, but in the right spot, huh?
Yes, it was perfectly. Got underneath Pettit's glove and just rolled through over second base. So the Patriots now have runners at first and second. Delaney Randolph at the plate.
This needs to be the inning if you're Park. You got the middle of your lineup, couple runners on. You've got to get some runs this inning to have a chance.
And Delaney takes a cut at the first offering and swing and a miss. So it's 0-1. Again, 1 out. This pitch just off the plate, evens it up 1-1.
This would be a time, Steve, where the runners need to be conservative. You have to be moving because you're forced on the ground, but you don't want to do anything stupid. One run doesn't cut it here. You need a big inning, so don't try to score unless you're sure on a hit.
This is hit hard down the first base line and foul. So the count will move to 1-2 for Delaney Randolph.
Looks like we got a baseball game on the other side of town, too, going on over there.
Can't tell who that is, though.
Could be one of the local high school teams or even Wheeling Jesuit.
Could be.
Pettit really needs to get this hitter. she gets on, anything's possible. It's a big out right here in the game. Park trying to get right back in it with some kind of base runner, walk or base hit.
Pettit delivers, and it's off the plate. So we have a full count, 1 out, runners first and second.
So again, you have to go on the ground. You're forced. You're definitely not stealing on this pitch.
This ball is
Trouble.
driven to
That's
right
trouble.
field.
It's trouble.
And it just gets over the right fielder's head and rolls away from her. So 1 run will score. A second run will score. And Delaney Randolph will go into third base. So the Patriots pick up 2 runs there on a well-hit ball to right field. And as you said, it was slicing away, as it tends to do sometimes with a right-handed hitter there on the outside pitch. And it did. It sliced away from the right fielder, got overhead, rolled to the fence, brought home 2. So now runner third. Scores now 5-3, John Marshall, and there's still only 1 out here in the top of the 6th. First pitch is a swing and a miss to Lauren Nolte.
Possible safety squeeze or suicide squeeze here. She has struck out twice. She's a good bunter with good speed. I look for a possible bunt here if I'm Wheeling Park or John Marshall defense. First baseman kind of deep.
She squares the bunt. They say she doesn't offer, though. She pulls back. It's 1-1.
Second baseman back, giving up a run on the ground ball. Ava Blake's not going to give up that run on a ground ball to her to shortstop. Corners are in. Probably swinging on this pitch.
She fouls that off down the first baseline, out of play. So 1-2 count.
Park needs to get this run home. They've got back into the game, but it's still tough to get runs off of Pettit. So they need to make it 5-4 here to get it a little closer. Pettit trying to get out of the inning to up 2.
Little chopper here.
Don't throw it.
They caught the runner at third in a pickle there.
Good play.
It was a little chopper back to Pettit. It was in a tough spot. She wasn't going to be able to make the throw to first. Would have never gotten that. But the runner on third advanced too far down the line, and they were able to.
I think she was looking to score on the throw to first. Tough to get on somebody being aggressive. We're going to give a base hit there, and 1-6. Blake where she needed to be with a good tag at third base. Big play by John Marshall.
McKenna Kelly now batting for the Patriots. First pitch strike.
Man, Steve, that was huge.
That was huge.
As a tying run would have been at first base with 1 out and good speed by Nolte and momentum on their side. Good play by Pettit. Smart enough to hold the ball and go to third.
That pitch just off the plate, 1-1. McKenna asked for time here. Pettit taking a little too long in between pitches there for it, studying.
I like that. Don't freeze yourself as a batter.
That pitch catches the corner again. So 1-2 count, 2 outs.
That was a gorgeous pitch. That hit the corner perfectly and went outside. Just really tough. You got to try to go to right field like Faith Randolph did. Or Delaney, I mean, last inning.
This one grounded sharply to second base, but she's able to make the play, throw over to first to end the top half. Top half of the sixth inning. Top half of the 6th inning. Wheeling Park cuts into that lead. Score now stands at John Marshall 5, Wheeling Park 3. We'll be back after this.
In a time of crisis, Apollo cares. At Apollo Pro Cleaning and Restoration, your health and safety is our top priority. Equipped to disinfect your home or facility with our award-winning Apollo 360 electrostatic disinfection process. Residential properties, offices, schools, retail spaces, factories, medical facilities, restaurants, transportation, and more. Apollo is here to help you combat the spread of COVID. Contact us today to find out how we can help serve you.
Clean floor to ceiling, Apollo Pro Cleaning.
This high school event is brought to you by AT&T on Sunset via the AT&T Wireless Network. Remember, don't text and drive, it can wait. AT&T on Sunset is a proud sponsor of this high school event.
This is Ohio Valley Sports Online, your connection to Ohio Valley sports. Listen anywhere in the world from any connected device, smartphone, tablets, iPads, and computers. Ohio Valley Sports Online brings you live game action from the guys with over 50 years in radio sports broadcasting.
Okay, so we're back. Bottom half of the sixth inning here. Score, John Marshall 5, Wheeling Park 3. Again, in this 5A OVAC semifinal. Winner will take on Steubenville Big Red this weekend. Leading off for John Marshall is going to be Peyton Tucker.
OVAC championships, we've told you the teams. Tom Bechtel just gave me the time, so we'll give it to you after this batter or when we can sneak it in here.
First pitch inside, 1-0.
Only one game, Steve, on Friday. Not sure we're going to get that in with all the rain. Frontier, Connaughton Valley, single A. In Saturday's games, all other OVAC finals, 10:30 Edison and Oak Glen, the 4A game. Caldwell Ferry at 12:15, the 3A game. 2 o'clock games going to be Big Red and the winner of this game in 5A. And the finale would be Shadyside versus Wheeling Park. The 2A final is at 3:45. Thank you, Tom.
So Tucker takes a cut at that one. Swing and a miss, so count 2-1 to Peyton Tucker. Get a swinging attempt at that one. 2-2.
Peyton today is 1 for 2. Well, excuse me, 1 for 1. She had a sacrifice bunt, beautiful sacrifice bunt, and she singled between the pitcher and the second baseman back in the second inning. So officially 1 for 1.
She fouls this one straight back.
I saw you blink on that one.
If we didn't have this net here, it would have been in here with us.
Steve might need a new pair of glasses, Dan, after that one.
Throw down first on a drop third strike. So 1 out here now. Bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Reese Ward for John Marshall.
That's Delaney's second strikeout. And the difference is both pitchers are similar, but Delaney will take something off of that pitch. So not only is it moving, it's low, but she's also mixing speeds down there. And John Marshall out in front. Reese Ward, the center fielder, is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third.
Squares the bunt, pulls back, but it's in for a strike, 0-1.
Like what I saw, every outfielder moving on that play, sprinting in to back up a throw to first, and center and left coming in to help if needed.
That pitch just off the plate, 1-1.
I always say it seems like, you know, you have a letdown. The score is 3-1, John Marshall. Don't give up any runs there. Easily said than done. More easily said than done. But again, we got a 2-run homer by Blake. Now it makes it 5-1. Sure enough, Wheeling Park comes back. So when you have a little letdown, when you're down 3-1, if you can just battle, stay tight right there, anything good can happen. Seem to lose games not by the run you're down by, but by the runs you give up with a letdown when you're down a couple of runs.
1-2 pitch to Reese Ward is outside, so it's 2-2.
Park Park's going to need 2 in the bottom of the inning with the bottom of their lineup up, so they can't afford to give John Marshall more runs here.
And a swing and a miss there. So that'll give us 2 outs here now, the bottom of the 6th, and Carly Yoho will come to the plate for John Marshall.
John Marshall with 9 hits so far in the game. Have Wheeling Park now with 4 hits and 5 strikeouts for the Wheeling Park 2 pitchers.
First pitch is swung on and missed.
Boy, does Delaney look good, huh?
She does.
And Pettit has 7 strikeouts.
Yoho again. A little bit out in front of the pitch there. Swing and a miss, so it's 0-2.
Again, pulling off, pulling out. Not very successful when you do that with a pitcher that throws off speed, low and outside. You have to take it that way.
She catches the corner there and catches Yoho looking for the 3rd and final out, the 6th inning. So just want to run through our sponsors again for this game. OVAC semifinal softball games were brought to you by Chappie's Rentals, Apollo Pro Cleaning, Thrifty Hertz, Marcino Enterprises, The Target Shop, Edwards Fence Company, TS Electric, and Greco Hertnick Funeral Home, who is also our 7th inning sponsor, Greco Hertnick Funeral Home. So we move to the top half of the 7th. Wheeling Park trailing 7-3. They're bringing up their 7, 8, 9 hitters, correct?
Yes, 7, 8, 9, but Mary Darrow does have a double and a hard ground ball to 3rd base.
Now batting, number 2.
Need a runner.
Mary
Home run and
Darrow.
a single are the same things here. Any way you can reach. Base on balls, hit by pitch, laying down a bunt. Park needs a runner. Pettit trying to shut him down. Park down by 2. Last chance for Wheeling Park.
First pitch to Darrow. She swings. Hard grounder straight back to Pettit. Good job fielding her position. Secures the ball, makes a throw over to first. First out.
Impressive. She did hit the ball hard, Steve. Amber Thompson is due up. Well, actually, the pitcher's due up. Let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be.
It's going to be Summer O'Brien.
Attention please, pinch hitting, number 19, Summer O'Brien.
She's a senior. It's nice to see her get in the game here.
So again, Summer O'Brien batting in place of Amber Thompson.
Actually, it would be Delaney Thies,
Delaney Thies.
who replaced Amber Thompson.
Gotcha. Yes, you are right. I didn't make that switch over here, Coach.
Again, Park looking for a base runner. Might need to take a strike. Nope.
Swings on the first pitch. Throw over the first. Nice job. Good job by Carly Yoho there down at 3rd base.
Yep, Summer made it close. 2
Now
pitches,
batting,
2
number
outs.
13,
Caitlin Kozlowski.
Kozlowski.
Last chance for Wheeling Park down to their last out. 5-3 Monarchs, bottom of the 7th. Winner of this game's got Big Red. Saturday afternoon, I think 2 o'clock start.
Swung on the first pitch, fouled. Just doesn't get out of play, but right up against the fence. Would have been a tough play there. So 0-1 count.
And we'd like to thank the OVAC for letting us come down here. Kurt, Tom, and Barb done a fine job getting these fields ready and just making it really nice for fans and for us up here in the press box. First class operation.
First pitch, inside corner.
Foul ball, that'd be the second strike.
Second strike. We didn't get out there. 0-2. 0-2. My fault.
That scoreboard's kept us off stride a few times today, right, Steve?
Well, it's about 15 minutes from my normal bedtime, so.
So not only is Park down to their last out, they're down to their last strike here. Caitlin's got to find a way to get on base to keep, if they want to keep the game alive here.
Pettit brings it. Swung on. Foul. Just went foul down the third base line. So Kozlowski will step back in. Pettit gets her signal from the catcher. Just low.
I tell you, that was close. I would ask. Most umpires aren't going to end a game on that half.
No, 2-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. John Marshall up 5-3. The pitch swung on and missed. And that'll end the game with a strikeout for Pettit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the game.
So your final score, John Marshall 5, Wheeling Park 3.
Let's give you a little rundown here for Wheeling Park. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Their 2 pitchers had 7 strikeouts and no walks. For the winning John Marshall Monarchs, they had 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. So impress Steve with no errors in both teams. And Pettit had 7 strikeouts and 2 walks. So John Marshall will be playing Big Red at 2 o'clock this Saturday for the championship.
Our sponsors here again tonight for this OVAC semifinal nightcap were Apollo Pro Cleaning. Make it Apollo for spring cleaning your house. Thrifty Hertz and Napa Auto Center 2. Marcino Enterprises, specializing in brakes, air conditioning, tires, fleet maintenance, complete auto and truck repair. The Target Shop, sportswear and screen printing. Edwards Fence Company, 20 years experience in affordable fence systems. TS Electric, save money with energy efficient solutions. Greco Hurtnick Funeral Home, caring you can count on. And Chappie's Rentals. These VIP sponsors made it possible to bring you this game. Please visit them and let them know you appreciate it. For Dan Vogel on the dials, for Coach Jim DiCarlo, I'm Steve Daly, Ohio Valley Sports Online. Thanks for joining us tonight. Take care.